आज देखिए पूरी दुनिया में भारत का यशगान हो रहा है.
But there's no doubt that the economic growth that we've seen in India, the opportunity, the lifting of people out of poverty, the access to energy that has occurred there.
By 2030, the IMF, the World Bank, Morgan Stanley, they all believe we will be a $7.6 trillion economy.
Against the backdrop of uncertainty and volatility in global financial markets, India has demonstrated remarkable resilience and growth. The global financial behemoth Morgan Stanley has praised the transformative policies for the boom in the Indian economy. The report titled India Equity Strategy and Economics: How India Has Transformed in Less Than a Decade lays out the blueprint of this transformed India. Since 2014, the present Indian government had made path-breaking economic initiatives that have improved India's micro and macro outlook in a short span of 10 years. But what has changed in these 10 years? What factors have brought this transformation? Let's look at the major reforms that were highlighted by the Morgan Stanley report. According to the report, one of the key drivers for this remarkable achievement is formalization of the economy. For instance, the implementation of policies like the goods and services tax and an emphasis on digital payments has increased tax compliance and widened the revenue base. Second, India's move to reduce its corporate tax in 2019 has placed India at par with peers such as China, Indonesia, South Korea, Malaysia, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, and Singapore. This move resulted in India's competitiveness in the global market and attracted more investment to the country. Third, India's emphasis on infrastructure development, particularly the construction of highways, airports, and railway networks, has drawn international investment and accelerated economic expansion in the nation. For instance, the construction of 53,700 kilometers of national highways between 2014 to 15 and 2022 to 23 exceeds the 25,700 kilometers built between 2005 to 2014. Along with this, the government digitalized the welfare measures. The Direct Benefit Transfer Scheme and other initiatives have significantly cut leakages and increased the effectiveness of social programs.
किसान सम्मान निधि से अभी तक लगभग 2.5 लाख करोड़ रुपए सीधे किसानों के बैंक खाते में भेजा गया है. इसका लाभ देश के उन 11 करोड़ छोटे किसानों को हुआ है जिन्हें पहले कोई पूछता नहीं था.
The report further suggests that reforms in the agriculture markets will benefit millions of farmers in the country. The report hails government's flagship program Atmanirbhar Bharat has bolstered the manufacturing industry. It had not only contributed to economic growth, but have also generated employment opportunities, bolstering income and consumption levels. The Morgan Stanley report provides an interesting analysis of what these developments might mean for income distribution in India. It suggests a substantial expansion in the people at the top of the income distribution over the next decade. Meaning, more Indians will advance economically. This India is different from what it was in 2013. The two strong pillars of this transformed India that has added to the economic growth are: first, its robust internal security system. India's sheer willpower, backed by its strong internal forces, is determined to root out anarchy and defeat its enemy. And that is what has happened to Naxalism and left-wing terrorism. Owing to government's zero-tolerance policy against the terrorists, Naxalites and terrorists wiped out the Naxals' nexus in 2021, which was at peak in 2009. Before 2014, Kashmir was the safe abode for terrorists and stone pelting was a weekly affair. Almost 3 years without Article 370, now stone pelting and terrorism have become a thing of the past. People of the valley are reaping the dividend of peace and economy boost. The current G20 meeting held in Kashmir is the testimony of the stated fact. It heralded the transformation and reawakened expectations for a more secure future. The second pillar holding up is the India's secular outlook. Sarvdharm Sambhav is what defines India's secularism. These words not merely exists in books but have values on ground. And these data prove that. This new India values human above any caste or religion. And that's what makes this India different from what it was earlier.